record, and it works. Hello! Welcome to another episode of the Best Friends Discuss podcast. I'm your host, Mike, with my co-host,
Brad!
Hello! Two AOs in one go. That's
Overachiever.
faux pas. This episode is going to be our continuous new thing, new show, new idea of the podcast, of On a Streak. This is episode 2.
Yep.
And if I remember right, episode 1, I am 1 ahead. That's my current streak, is I'm 1 ahead. Because I ended on a high note. Also, do you think we should pause this and make sure?
Yes.
Fuck. So I was right. I'm still currently on a streak of 1.
Trust but verify.
Yeah, trust but verify. So, so I'm currently winning, I think. Is that how the game works?
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think it was.
Every time you lose, though, I win.
Oh,
Because
shit.
then I'm on a streak.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. But since this is our second episode of this, past Mike helped future Mike out superbly, while present Mike totally forgot about the whole situation. Because in the last episode, it was said, you said, well, you can't just, what are you going to do? Pick only foreign films? Because obviously I haven't seen them. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I totally forgot about that. I only picked foreign films for this. So I was thinking that maybe to even challenge myself even more is to try to theme these for like inspirational movies, like good like movies, like sports movies that have like good like speeches kind of stuff. Like maybe I'll try to theme these a little bit more to your chagrin. But yeah. So this is episode 2. I already prepared you that I only picked foreign films.
Yes, you did.
But let me ask you this question, Brad, because I was thinking about this when I re-listened to the previous one, was, so obviously the order that I present these in mess with my streak, right? Because
It did.
Because technically, if you kind of look at it, you only picked like maybe 2 or 3 of the movies that you A, have already seen or you wouldn't watch, right? And so that messed with my streak. So technically, if I come at you with say like 5 movies and 2 of those movies you wouldn't watch, shouldn't my streak be then 3?
No.
Okay. So I have to be conscientious of
Your order.
of the order I give
Yes.
these to you. Ooh, boy, that's difficult.
Well, and it gets even worse because let's say you get a streak of 3.
Uh-huh.
That means on the next episode, you can't start off with your worst because then you're going to automatically lose your streak. You got to come at me with a full list of amazing ones.
Oh, man. What have I done? Because I was going to ask you, like, can we hammer out some more of these details? Because I was thinking if I come at you with 3 movies and 2 of those, or 5 movies and 3 of those you would watch, then I would be up 3, down 2, kind of thing, right? But, so you're saying the order matters.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're not on a streak.
Son of a bitch. All right, that's fine. Whatever. I accept the challenge, as I do most things. So then, boy howdy, let's go with the first movie being Life is Beautiful. It's a foreign film. It's Italian, made by Roberto Benigni, who wrote, directed, and starred in this movie. He, his wife also plays the lead actress, who he ends up marrying. But Brad, I hope you know, one day I actually hope you watch this movie, because it is a beautiful movie. The I actually watched like a YouTube video of like how this movie is close to like having like the perfect like balance of how to shoot a movie, in the sense of like, it like the rule of three kind of thing, where it sets up like three different instincts, or not instincts, three different instances of like a joke, and it pays off at the end. And so it's one of those movies, it really sets it up beautiful. This movie won several Academy Awards for... I can't remember the exact like awards. Oh, see more awards. Look there. Learn to read. Okay, so it won Academy Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role, Best Music, Best Foreign Language Film, Best Picture, Best
No, it was just nominee.
Oh, I didn't see the line. So it was also nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Writing, and Best Film Editing. Which, by the way, if I remember the trivia of this, the director/actor, Robert Benigni, Oscar for Best Actor marked only the second time that an actor had directed himself in an Academy Award-winning performance. That's huge. The other one was Hamlet. But anyway, so I digress. Yellow. So it is set in a little bit before World War II happens, and it's about this Italian guy moving to a new area with his friend and bumping into the princess, as he often calls her, and falling madly in love with her, and just trying his best to basically be with her. And it's a very beautiful movie. It has a lot of like good payoff, and it has a lot of good like moments, and a lot of good like funny moments. And it honestly is one of my favorite foreign films ever. I will stand by this wholeheartedly, that this is one of the best foreign films I've ever watched. It also shows like a lot of like that's the director right there. It also shows a lot of like sacrifices that especially the father has made, because basically, like, there's so much to this movie I don't want to tell you, because it has such a good ending to it. But basically, when we watch the trailer, it will give it away. But basically, he's Jewish, and right around World War II, obviously the Nazis come into play, and they end up finding him, putting him on a train with his uncle and his kid, but his wife isn't Jewish, and the mother is like, I want to be put on that train, and they're like, you're not Jewish though, and she's like, I don't care, I want on that train, I want to be with my family. And so she gets on the train, except for they split off with men and women, and they split off, and both parents make huge sacrifices in this movie. The father, because he is with the kid, his son, he has the most sacrifice out of it, because he's trying to, he basically like makes it like a game kind of thing, where it's the kid's birthday, and the kid is like, oh, why are we on this crappy train? He's like, oh, it's all part of the plan. Like, I planned this all out, this train doesn't even have seats because that's authentic or something like that. So he kind of just like upsells it. And there's a great moment where like the Nazi comes into the hut housing area that he's in, and they're like, does anybody speak German? And what was his name?
Robert Benigni?
Yeah, Robert or Roberto. Roberto, looks to another one of the Jews and just goes, what is he saying? He's like, he's asking if anybody speaks German. And he just like raises his hand. He goes up, doesn't speak a lick of German, but he, as the German person is giving out the rules, he's telling different rules for his son. Basically, like he came up with this elaborate lie, like it's all part of a game. You get points. You lose points by asking for food, which is kind of funny in an internment camp. And the grand prize is a tank. And I'm telling you, man, this has the best setup of anything I've ever seen. It's honestly one of my favorite movies. I don't think I could honestly talk about it anymore. It's just a lot of like, he brings a lot of heart to it, and it really shows in his performance. And honestly, I hope you just kind of, I hope when you watch the trailer, you kind of just go, I will absolutely watch this, because I just watched it last week and I already want to watch it again. So, all right. So we just watched the trailer for this movie. By the way, looking at your face, I hope you know, if you say no to this movie, it will literally break my heart. Because this movie is fucking fantastic, and you should be honored to that I'm even bringing it up. Okay, I am so worried right now that you're not gonna want to watch this. But honestly, it may make you cry. It may soften your heart a little bit. You know. I know we can't have that. You need like 20 more
That must be a big movie if it can do that. Then
yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's a good story. It's good storytelling, and the actors and actresses are phenomenal in it, and the writing is even better. And oh god, I need to know. I need to know, Brad. First of all, have you seen this movie?
no.
Okay, one chore down. Are you willing to watch this movie?
Okay, so.
Oh god. It has subtitles.
I hope to God so. If any of these don't have subtitles, that's a no now.
They have subtitles, but they're in French. By the way, I hope you know, whatever your answer is, I'm bringing you this movie and we are watching it, no matter what.
This is one of those few movies I almost want to just give to you because you're giving it that high praise and you so far have not turned me wrong too much.
Right.
So I kind of just want to give it to you because reactions and looking... No, that would be an absolute no.
I will admit that the trailers don't do it any benefit. Honestly. Because, like, I watched it, and then I wanted to post it on Facebook being like, hey, watch this freaking amazing movie. But even the trailers, because, like, honestly, I didn't even want to tell you that, you know, the main character was Jewish and that it's set in World War II, Nazi Germany kind of stuff. Like, honestly, I feel like that gives a lot away. But I see where you're coming from. But like, I'm willing to bet my movie prowess on this movie, almost, that it's so good. But if anything, hear me out, Brad, because I was also thinking about this. Because you and I watch a lot of movies. What happens if we go through playing this game and you end up watching like for example, Stranger Than Fiction, a movie you said you wouldn't watch because of Will Ferrell. And you don't like a lot of Will Ferrell movies except for Anchorman 1 and 2. So what happens if you watch the movie and you actually did like it? Would I then, in a way, get my point reversed?
Yes, I guess. But that would involve me watching a Will Ferrell movie.
You shake your head now, but that could be later down the line. But basically what I'm saying is give what you think honestly about it if you are willing. Like if me talking you into it is being like, yeah, I would watch it because, Mike, you have good movie taste and I haven't really led you astray. But if deep down you're like, not really my thing, and then you watch the movie, then we can rectify it. So it's up to you, as long as you're okay with, like, if we actually watch Life is Beautiful and you end up going one way or the other, we'll change it.
I'll give you this one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Boy, I'm going to be even more disappointed when we watch it and you go, that was hot garbage. And I'm just like, but Brad, it's amazing. So you're giving me this?
I'll give you this one.
Oh, man. This one, honestly, from my list of the 5 movies I brought to you today, that was the one I kind of was like, ooh, boy. Heartfelt story? Probably not. So I am very glad that we got this out of the way. By the way, fucking watch Life is Beautiful. It's an amazing movie. So, all right. So now that that's done, the next one is gonna be, ooh boy, let's go with Chocolat. And not the Johnny Depp chocolate. Even though I did absolutely said Chocolat. Not that one. You need to spell it out.
Is it a new movie?
No, I think it's 09. Type in. Okay, I'm gonna just spell you the name. JEE.
Wow.
JA. The first one. All right. Yeah. And then scroll down. And then click chocolate. All right. So this movie is very interesting. So this movie, I've been mainly wanting to talk to you about it. It's called Chocolate. It is a foreign film, obviously. It's an action drama. It was recommended by one of my friends to watch, and so I sought it out. I spent $4 to rent it on YouTube, and I watched it. It was absolutely worth it. It's about... So it starts off with this, like, Romeo Juliet kind of thing of this, like triad gain corporation kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And the two, like, main, like, hit men people, a guy and girl, were just like, we're done with this life, and they split. And then they had a kid, and then the dad, like, had to leave because he was threatened by the triad, like, you better leave her alone or we're gonna murder you, kind of thing. So he stayed away. The daughter from the couple is autistic. Is autistic. And in the movie, she watches a lot of, like, fighting movies, and so her abilities is heightened, I guess. And so she's able to basically understand and process things faster than most people. And so, like, people will, like, throw, like, a ball or a knife at her, and she'll, like, either catch it or dodge it, kind of thing. So the mother has cancer, I think. I think she may have cancer of the feet. It's very unclear in the movie. Like, you could assume cancer, but for some reason she can't walk. It's a whole thing. It's very weird. But basically, also, by the way, I don't know why this movie is called Chocolate. Her name is not Chocolate. Her name is Zen. And no character is named Chocolate. By the way, because I watched the US dub version of this, there's a couple of the bad ladies working for the main, like, head figure of the gang, they pretty much gave the voiceover work to guys and made them sound like girls. So, but the characters in the movie kind of look like transgender anyway. And so I'm very confused if they are transgender or not, or they're actually women in the actual, like, how it should have been released, but the dub makes it sound like if you and I just did women voices. It's very weird. Like, hi, how's it going? And you're just like, what the fuck? So it's very weird. But it's actually rather good. Most, or pretty much all of the stunts are practical in this, by the way. At the end of the movie, they did a, during the credits, they actually showed, like, clips of, like them practicing and everything that kind of went wrong. Like the main actress got kicked in the face by this guy, and her, like, eyebrow was bleeding and stuff like that. So it was all practical. Actually, there was actually one super dangerous thing that they did where one person had to be put in a neck brace because he landed. He landed like. He fell from like 7 feet, maybe, in the air. No, more than that. Maybe 10 to 12 feet in the air. He fell on his neck, and he fell wrong on his neck, and they showed later everybody visiting him in the hospital, and he just was like, he didn't look happy. so yeah, it's from Thailand, by the way. Interesting enough. But anyway, back to the story. So the autistic daughter finds a book, or her cousin finds a book, and it has a bunch of names and a bunch of, like, money amounts next to the names. And so they go track down these people and, like, hey, pay up. Auntie needs cash because of her cancer feet. Kind of thing, right? And so they're like, no, scram, where are you? You guys are just punks. And then they fight the girl, and the girl just kicks their asses and wins most of the time and gets the money and helps. There's a scene, so she doesn't like bugs, and so, like, there's flies everywhere, and she just kind of, like, freaks out. There's a scene where she goes to a butcher, and there's flies constantly, and the cousin, who is kind of a heavier set guy, shows up and does, like, a weird, like, flip, and he has 2 electrical fly swatters, and he's like, I got you, as he's just fighting the flies with 2 electrical fly swatters while she kicks everybody else's ass. So yeah, this movie is pretty great. There's a lot of gore, a lot of good fight scenes, like, almost, like, it kind of honestly reminded me of, like, Jackie Chan movies, of, like, going back to the day of, like, I'm doing my own stunts plus practical martial arts. So there's honestly, that's pretty much it, honestly. But she's honestly badass. She kind of reminds me of, like, a Uma Thurman Kill Bill kind of thing, where she just kind of is pretty sweet at what she does. So one of the things I wanted to do for this was I kind of just wanted to show you all of the cool fight scenes in this thing. So maybe we'll play around with that. But did you want to watch the trailer or just watch fight scenes?
We'll watch the trailer.
Okay.
Gotta keep it semi-decent time.
Okay. All right. So we just watched the trailer, and honestly, it's so great. It's so great. By the way, I just want to find the tagline. Taste the fury. She's sweet but deadly. The most bone-crunching fight scenes of the year. Honestly, I thought it would be better than that. But, so yeah, just watch this trailer. What do you think of the trailer?
Trailer's not bad.
That's a good sign. What are your initial thoughts of it?
I mean, initial thoughts of it is, I need some fucking chocolate and we'll sit down and watch this movie. I've told you before, like, Asian martial arts movies would be my crux. If you really wanted to stack the deck,
Right.
nothing but, like, foreign films of shit like this.
Right. It really...
I think that's why she's called Chocolate, too. Eating all those M&Ms and shit.
Well, that's a bit presumptuous.
Presumptuous?
We're both fucking up the word. Presumptuous of you.
Yeah.
So, then let me ask you. Have you seen this movie?
No, I haven't.
Oh, phew. That's a close one, guys. My next question is, would you watch this movie?
I would, Mike.
Yes! That's 3. I'm on a streak of 3, and I'm so happy about that. Are you ready for the next movie?
I am.
Okay. The next movie, let's go... Oh, boy. Let's go Old Boy. I know, I just said, oh boy, and now I'm saying Old Boy. 03. So, this is another foreign film, obviously. And this one is, again, up there in probably my favorite. Like, story base alone, or storytelling alone, the script and all that, this one's really good. So, it's about this guy, Dae-soo, who is... Boy, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. So, he gets kidnapped before his daughter's birthday. I think his daughter's 9. And it just kind of goes through a bunch of different, like a montage-esque thing. But he basically gets kidnapped, placed in this room, and they, like, pump in, like, knocking out gas to knock him out. And so they, like, he attempts to kill himself. He attempts to escape. He attempts to do all this kind of stuff, but they knock him out and, like, repair everything. And so he gets a notebook, and he writes out like all of his like wrongdoings, and he actually fills up like 8 notebooks. And so he stays there for 15 years. That's a lot of time to stay captured. And they feed him, they take care of him, they, do physicals on him, they give him water, and all that. He ends up learning how to fight while he's in prison for the 15 years. So he ends up learning to fight because he has like a TV. So he ends up learning to fight and all that jazz. So after 15 years, he gets put into... He gets knocked out, and he gets put into this box with all of his, like, kind of belongings. Like, he gets a new suit, he kind of gets some money, he gets a phone, and then he proceeds to try to find out why he was kidnapped for 15 years and who did it. And so he's trying to figure out, and there's this great fight scene involving a hammer. And why it's like one of those like kind of like really cool fight scenes is it's like a kind of like a John Wick kind of thing where you can tell they're tired while they're fighting. It's not like an endless like, I'm gonna fight till I can't fight no more. I'm gonna swing this hammer at you, and it has no force because I literally just took out like 30 people. So it kind of has like a John Wick Ip Man feel for that scene, and it's really cool. And it has a lot of twists and turns. And when you, by the way, when you find out why he was put away for 15 years, and then once you find out a couple of the twists, you're just like, God damn, that's fucked up, and it can only be a foreign film. Because we Americans attempted to remake it, and it's not as good, but you get to see Elizabeth Olsen's tits. So it's kind of a win-lose situation, But anyway, both are actually kind of good. I prefer the foreign one because it just has a lot more of that impact than Josh Brolin and Elizabeth Olsen and Charlotte Copley. So, again, great story, great twists and turns. where it will have you kind of be like, I don't know what's going on. So, let's watch the trailer. Alright, so we just watched the trailer. And I forgot something that it has a lot of good like callbacks to a certain like a beginning scene. While he's in the room, there's a poster that says the quote shit, what is it? It's laugh and the whole world laughs with you, weep and you weep alone. And that's a very key thing. Like you saw in the trailer, after the guy hit the car from jumping off of a building, you see him just kind of get a smile. It's because of that poster. He looks at the world as a might as well laugh, because might as well get the whole world in on it instead of weeping alone. So yeah. What are your thoughts?
Initial thoughts looking at this.
Uh-huh.
This looks like a bad martial arts B movie.
Okay.
Which is just crappy enough to get me involved.
Well, see, it's even better because it's kind of like that, but with a story. And a damn good one at that. So, let me ask you, have you seen this movie?
No.
Whew. That was a close one. Would you watch this movie?
Yes.
Yes! Streak of 4. By the way, I am down to watch this movie again. I again watched it like 2 weeks ago, preparing for this. It's really good. I'm also down to watch it.
Okay.
That and Life is Beautiful. If you don't like Life is Beautiful, we could watch Oldboy to kind of... But you're gonna like the movie, because it's a fantastic fucking movie. Alright. So... I'll let you pick the next order. Would you rather a samurai-esque movie?
Oh my god, you did stack it in your favor, didn't you?
Or, well, kind of. Honestly, some of these I actually wanted to watch. So, like, the samurai movie that I'm talking about, I've been wanting to watch for a while, and I just got around to it. So, I'm going to ask you, would you rather a superhero movie or a samurai movie as the next one?
Let's go samurai.
Okay. Then will you type in Blade of the Immortal? So this movie, by the way, it is technically American, by the way. But they, well,
No, that's
no.
release.
Oh, that is release. Ooh, my bad. So Blade of the Immortal is about this guy. I should really just take notes. Is it Manji? I think it's Manji. Okay, it is Manji. So it's about this samurai named Manji, who it starts off with him and like it's not his sister, it's a person it's the wife of a husband he like strike down with using his sword, and was like, I'm gonna protect you now. He does a poor job at it because she dies. Spoiler. But he ends up going up against like 45 people all at once, and he uses his swords and he just kind of like chops them down, but he gets enough like injured that he gets like fucked up. There's a scar down his eye, there's a scar across his nose. Those are all from that kind of fight. So this like witch comes by as he's like dying, and he's like, I'm okay to die. And she's like, you're not gonna die. And she puts these worms in him that basically like they reproduce and make more worms, and basically they are magical, so they heal his body, and so he becomes immortal. Hence the name. By the way, how cool is this cover art? How cool is that? It's like Japanese red sun, but then you put a samurai with a bunch of arrows in him. That's a cool poster. That's what kind of brought me into this movie. Was that alone. But anyway, so he's immortal. And then it cuts to like 50 years later or something like that. And the girl, so this rival clan who has been traveling around to a bunch of like different like dojos and being like, hey, my way is the best way. Either follow me in my way, or I'm going to strike you down and take over your dojo, and we're going to do it my way anyway. And so her father was like, no, we're not doing that, and so he dies. And so she then takes revenge and goes and finds Manji, the Blade of the Immortal, and is like, yo, either teach me or help me. I need a bodyguard. And he's like, I'll be your bodyguard. And it just turns into like a kind of like a Leon the Professional kind of. Have you ever seen Leon the Professional? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Duly noted. So, it kind of has a Leon the Professional kind of esque thing where he's protecting her. She's still a badass. He's awesome. And it decent enough story. Not really concerned about that. It just kind of has a lot of like cool things. Also, it has one of the things I know you like where it's like the John Wick like I respect that like Baba Yaga, like you know who he is. People know who he is. And so but they still like. So, like, there's a moment where, like, a guy, he's like, I hear you're going up against this entire clan. You know, I could help you. Or I could just let you be and you could fuck them up. And he goes, I don't need any help. And he's like, oh, you don't need my help? And then he fights him for some reason. And it's just like, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. So, yeah. Manji. By the way, this is turning into an anime, I think. And I think it's based off of a graphic novel. I think. But I don't know. Or a manga or whatever. But manga. So yeah, we'll watch the trailer. Thank God we were okay, so we just watched the trailer. And where is that coming from? Okay, so I watched we just watched the trailer, and I totally forgot to. Oh boy. Granted, I did watch this a while ago. Also, I've been watching a lot of different movies to prepare for this. The villains in it are really ridiculous, like
cheesy as hell.
Cheesy as hell, but they're great.
What was that like? Shredder with a kimono?
Are you talking about the one with the... Okay, so he's interesting. He has, like, 2 heads.
Okay, but he looked like Shredder with a kimono.
Yeah. What of it? I believe, if I remember
right...
right...
Chun-Li with her,
okay, so Chun-Li...
staff.
Chun-Li is interesting. So, spoiler... the Blade of the Immortal, Manji, he ends up losing his immortality for a little bit. And so, like... So when he faces that Chun-Li looking girl, he's like getting all chopped up, and the fight is really cool. He gets like his arm chopped off. Like he kind of still like heals, like the worms still heal him, but they take forever now instead of like get a scratch and then like 5 seconds later it heals kind of thing. So it takes a lot longer.
Okay.
And so she chops off his arm. And then as she's about to do a killing blow, you just kind of see her eyes change from like anger to like confusion kind of thing, and she just goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," and then just pieces out. So I'm pretty sure she has multiple personalities. Kind of thing. It's pretty great. But yeah, so when there's a moment where he puts his samurai sword in his mouth and he takes off the handle, the hilt of the sword, and he puts it into another sword. He freaking Darth Mauls his samurai swords, and it's great. It's so great. I was like, yeah. Also, I believe he does it like 2 or 3 times in the movie, but when he did that, when he put it in his mouth and just took off, I don't think he had an arm at that point, so he did it one-handed, dual wielding a long staff of sword. But then, like I said, the enemies are kind of ridiculous. One of them, kind of at the beginning, he kind of reminds me of Sonic. The guy with the big puffy hair. He kind of reminds me of Sonic because he's very fast. Then the Shredder with the kimono, he has like heads on his shoulders that he uses. I think it's kind of weird, but they're a lot of fun. Oh boy, it's pretty great. So, what did you think?
It's another one of those movies that it just looks like I would enjoy.
Oh yeah, I will say this. It kind of goes a little bit too long. I think I would have rather like maybe them taking out like 10 minutes because at one point it just kind of seems like drawn out. But then again, it does kind of seem like that when there's like long action scenes. So it's pretty good, pretty decent. So let me ask, have you seen this movie? Whew. Oh boy, one of these days is gonna get close of you actually seeing one of these foreign films. Hopefully not anytime soon, because I am really trying hard to get the streak going. Would you watch this movie?
I absolutely would watch that movie.
Yes. How many is that, Brad?
You're right now at +5.
I am at +5, and it feels good. Oh, it feels so good. Now that I know how to play the game, by the way, I'm not going to do foreign films all the time.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm pretty...
I know, I want to challenge you for your next round to do nothing but domestic films.
Oh, only...
Only U.S.
Only U.S.? Well, that doesn't seem that challenging. But...
Until you give me Terminal again.
Shut up. All right. The next movie is called Rendell. R-E-N.
Right.
Lose an L. Maybe change the E to an A. Let me look it up. No, not rental, you son of a bitch. Okay, E-L. R-E-N-D-E-L. Dark Vengeance. It's this right here. Alright. So this movie I already told you about. Here, we can... So the movie is called Rendell. It's the first Finnish movie, not like it's completed, but from Finland. It's pretty alright for their first like attempt at a superhero movie. It really has like a Punisher meets Batman kind of feel.
It looks like it.
Right, yeah. By the way, I need to just tell you a couple of things. So his mask, So it's kind of set in like a post-apocalyptic, or not post-apocalyptic, but like it's very futuresque. And so this guy works for this company. His name is Ramo. Why they couldn't just call him Raymond, I don't know. But Ramo, or Rendell, he worked for this company, and he gets fired, or they like kill his wife or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. I actually meant to rewatch this one, but like I said, it's been a while. So I believe they kill his wife, and the company that he used to work for had this chemical that like would harden. And so he uses that as a mask. He basically like either like dips his head into it and then makes a mask out of it, or he like makes a mask out of it permanently. But I'm pretty sure he never like takes it off. But yeah, so he kind of just goes around trying to avenge his wife's death, which may or may not actually happen. I don't really remember. But he basically just tries to overthrow the company that screwed him over. That's honestly pretty much it. I mean, look at that picture. That's frightening, almost. Yeah, that's the bad guy. I think that's either his son or his bodyguard, or his like number one. That's a news reporter, or maybe even his wife. I don't really remember. That's a dude.
That's Alfred.
Yeah.
His butler.
He fights him, I think. I don't really remember this movie a whole heck of a lot right now. This came out in 2017. That's when I watched it. So, almost 3 years. Yeah. So I think we're cool with just going in the trailer, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make this one a quick one.
Dr. Doolittle. So we just watched the trailer. Boy, I don't think I really remember this movie that much. But it's like I said, it's not bad for their first like attempt at a superhero movie. I'm not gonna say it's great. I'm not gonna say it's grand, but the like as a superhero or anti-hero kind of thing like Punisher, if I saw him coming towards me, I would be frightened.
That looks like Scorpion.
He does it a little bit, yeah.
It's amazing because that looks like Scorpion. You change the picture.
Sub-Zero.
That's Spawn. So it's like
that's okay. I can see that. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
By the way, they're making a second one too, called Cycle of Revenge. So that's something we could look forward to. I mean, look at this Jesse Pinkman and Walter White kind of people. Hold on.
What the hell?
Fuck these goggles. They suck. They're stupid.
And it's why would you do this?
OCD is enraged right now. Look at her. Look at her. Yeah? It's
Great.
It's Grendel.
Personality.
It's Grendel. It's his psychic. That looks like Sean Bean if he went overweight. Grendel. She must be the bad guy, by the way. I'm just guessing.
Twilight 4. Okay.
Yeah. Look at that. That's horrifying. Look at those eyes. I know nothing. I might be Rendell. Ooh. Some good action there. Look at that. His mask is really cool. I really dig it. Look at that. Look how cool he looks. So, anyway. I haven't actually had a chance to look over the second one. So anyway, I'm not gonna say it's good like Guardians, you know, like as a good foreign film superhero movie. It's no Guardians, but then again, Guardians has its own thing where it has a good subsection of action, yet it's really ridiculous. I mean, you remember the man baby who had the face of Vin Diesel but the body of Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Yeah. So I'm not trying to oversell this movie because I'm not saying that's good. Is it worth the watch? Yeah. I mean, it's honestly not bad for their first attempt at a Finland movie superhero where, you know, America pretty much has the best superheroes right now in movies, I guess. Guardians is number 2 because there's literally no other option. so it's honestly not bad.
Fucking shots fired.
Yeah, I know. Like, get to our level. But I really like the design, at least, of Rendell. Like, he honestly has, like, that, like, Spawn Punisher feel to him where he's, like, striking fear into people. So let me ask, what are your thoughts?
My thought was, you personally tried to stack the deck of movies for this round, didn't you? Because you felt so bad that you lost
No.
every other turn.
No, not necessarily.
I feel that's what it is. Because you went to my weak point. You were like, we're gonna do nothing but like kung fu movies and a superhero movie, and then one movie that I think's really good, but I don't know if he'll think it's good because it's not quite up his alley. And because you were so pitiful on that, I gave you that one.
Wow. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I believe / really hope that you actually do like Life is Beautiful. It is honestly,
it right now is the worst looking out of all of these that you've shown me.
that's fair to coming from you. That's fair. But it honestly, it has the heart, the integrity, and just a good story, and it kind of just makes you.
Bat Spawn on it.
Don't call him Bat Spawn. I think eventually we'll get copyrighted. So, I mean, did I stack the deck? Kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. Because I totally forgot you don't watch foreign films. And so I stacked it in that way, but honestly, these are also just movies I really like. I really like these movies. Rendell is less, but you know,
Since you don't remember half of it.
Well, it was also almost 3 years ago. So, but yeah, I mean, I did in a way stack it, but also knowing you like martial arts movies, I'm giving you some good ones to watch.
Yep, this is true.
By the way, I'm curious. Have you watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Yes.
Okay.
We've had this conversation.
Right. I just rewatched it. Oh boy, it's ridiculous.
It is absolutely ridiculous.
Like it almost kind of seems like they suspended them in air and they just told them to like kick like they were swimming.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. I just rewatched it. I was just like, God, this is a good movie. Hasn't aged well for the most part. So, anyway. I'll attempt to not stack it as much next time. But my main intention was actually to get you to watch these movies. At least Old Boy and Life is Beautiful, because those two are my favorite. My favorite foreign films. Because they are really good. So, let me ask you. Have you seen Rendell?
No.
Whew. Whew. Wow. Out of all 5 of these, you have not seen any of the 5.
No.
That is good luck. That was good timing, I would say.
Yeah. Good luck. I only had to pick movies that are not from America. Gotcha.
Hey, you know what? Open up your horizon there, Boo Radley, okay? There's more than the Fast and the Furious franchise, okay?
No, there's not.
Okay, you need to calm the hell down. Hi, Omega. Oh, good boy. Good boy, lay down. No, don't you move. Oh, stretch. Okay, so then let me ask you, would you watch this movie?
Yeah, I think I would.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I would.
Thank God. Because after
You
watching
did
the
not
trailer, I was like, why didn't I open with that? Like, why did I do that to myself?
By the way, if this order was flopped, I would not have felt as bad for you, and it would have been an absolute no for Life is Beautiful.
Oh. I'm glad I kind of did it in this order. I just wish I would have picked Rendell further down, but you know what, Brad, I'm at least happy that I am up 6 right now, and that just challenges me for next time. But boy howdy, I can't wait for you to watch Life is Beautiful. It's pretty freaking great. Like, I want to just tell you what happens in it, but you just need to watch it. By the way, when we do watch it, I may actually find that YouTube video talking about why it's a great movie and why, like, it's filmed in such a smart way. So you could appreciate it a little bit more. But I feel like you won't.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I'm probably right. All right. Well, Brad, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, domestic films next time.
Okay, that's fair. Because honestly, not necessarily like these are the only foreign films I know. These are the foreign films I thought you would like.
Yeah.
Or that I could talk you into.
I mean, we talked before, and you had brought up a few other ones.
Yeah. The one I wanted to do was Amélie.
Yeah.
The French film that one of our friends suggested to me,
Yeah.
and honestly, I like it. It's a fun. It kind of has like a Wes Anderson French feel to it. How like the camera work and how the scenes are shot, and honestly, it's just a lot of fun. But I know you wouldn't like it.
I told you before when you guys were talking about that movie, I was getting bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I decided not to choose that one, but I'm pretty sure I could find some more foreign films that you would like. So I'll peruse. I'll see what I can find for the next episode of On a Streak.
You went full game show host on me right there, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty great. I have a face for radio and a voice for literally nothing else. So, so anything else you want to talk about?
No, this time.
Okay. I'm 6 up. Woo!